What lies underneath Deepholm? Well, I forgot to jump on my flying mount, so for me at least, it involves infinite disconnects. Great start. You're watching Warcraft. The deepest secret in Azeroth is about to be revealed. Watch this video to find out what lies beyond the Deepholm walls and observe the massive core of the Maelstrom. Game Uncrafted channel is dedicated to all of your exploration and glitch needs. We are currently at 460 subscribers and are growing daily. So far in the channel, I've covered a little more than 20 out-of-bounds exploration areas, including every single instance in the Caverns of Time, except for one. That video will be out soon enough. If you are interested in seeing more of these amazing areas, then you can subscribe to the channel. This helps me immensely and shows that you want me to continue making videos.
Who dares summon me?
Wait, what? I didn't summon you. But I mean, while you're here, tell me what subscribing is.
A paltry task.
Other ways to support this channel include liking this video, or if you would like, you can comment below about a time that you accidentally glitched out of bounds in World of Warcraft. I did this about 2 years ago with Mind Vision on a priest. I used it on an enemy to see where he was at, and apparently he was chilling underneath the map. Oops. If you are really wanting to help out the channel beyond these actions, you can actually share my video around Reddit, Facebook, or wherever you want. All support is tremendously appreciated, guys. I'm really hoping we can get to the 500 subscriber mark sooner than later. How to perform the glitch. In order to perform this glitch, I chose the Demon Hunter class, specifically a Venthyr Covenant for the use of Door of Shadows. Demon Hunters are perfect for exploring glitched areas, and I know that most people watching this will know that already, but to anyone new in exploring World of Warcraft, trust me, Demon Hunters, they're quite amazing. Oh yes, just the half-demon blood elf. To start this glitch, you will need to head directly over to Deepholm by traveling to either Stormwind or Orgrimmar. Stormwind has a portal located in this area here, and Orgrimmar's portal is located in the back on the cliff over here. Once you are inside of the core of Azeroth, you'll want to fly straight up towards the Maelstrom, and then look for a place to use your jumping ability. Personally, since I use a Demon Hunter, I use Metamorphosis, and you can land on this very tiny lip of the cliff here. After making sure I was out of bounds, I started to head towards the outer reaches of the map. I looked back to see where we were, and then I looked up to take in some of the amazing scenery. Not everything is all that it seems though. I tried to continue walking along the corona of this opening, but Blizzard, you tricked me. This shard of cliff is completely hollow, and I almost fall to my death. Very close. I jump right back up, and thankfully the glitch is easily repeatable. We have a lot to explore, so let's get into it, guys. It's time to explore. Here we get our first view of the massive expanse outside of Deepholm. I jumped onto this tiny ledge here, and it seems to be a part of possibly the inner area sticking out of the rocks. It's nothing too special, but it is quite neat. So at this part I decided that I should probably make a plan to explore, which is what I normally do, and I start heading south. I usually head a certain direction, cover that direction, and then I go to different directions throughout exploration areas. I mean, you guys have seen this in my out of bounds areas. Sometimes I just wander around and see what happens, but lately I've been trying to be more focused, and this is how I'm doing it. I start heading south first, and the first discovery I came across seems to be these fungal textures. I mean, there's literally mushrooms in this random texture. Now, I know weird textures, again, are nothing too special in out-of-bounds areas. They happen all the time. Some areas don't, though, but I mean, most areas do. I do want to show these off, the cool ones at least, because it's very strangely placed and I want to be thorough. And as a matter of fact, most of this exploration is going to be weird textures. There is a ton of them and they look very strange, but not everything in this video will be strange textures. Stick around for something a bit, let's just say different. There are a couple of notes of interest in this out of bounds area that are fairly unique, not completely unique, but fairly unique. And we start off in the southern area by looking over this particular ledge, and we can see a ton of black blotches. It's kind of strange, really weird. And then continuing south leads to more bizarre textures, and strangely enough, an invisible barrier. Not really expected in the middle of an out of bounds area. I mean, they happen, and if you have watched my secret video on finding that secret zone in the Ghostlands, you'll know that sometimes out of bounds areas are literally riddled with invisible barriers. However, a simple door of shadows will fix this invisible barrier, and we just move right on past it. So reaching the southern edge of the map, there's a massive chunk of weird textures, and they're just all over the place. I mean, I could sit here and show and explain every single one of these, but I mean, we're just gonna keep moving on for now, and I'll have a little bit of a montage at the end. I'm trying to shake up my videos a little bit, do something new. And instead of having random montages in the middle of videos, I kind of maybe want to put them at the end. I'm going to experiment with that. Stay tuned for those. After seeing all those weird textures, I headed west, and we can see texture palettes that were left in by the developers. It kind of reminds me of what I found in the Well of Eternity, almost like a paintbrush, and I love seeing this kind of stuff, so it's cool to me at least. Let's continue westward. Eventually we reach some kind of slimy obsidian ground, and walking across it's actually disorientating. It's just weird looking. It's nothing like I've seen in most of World of Warcraft. It does exist in some areas, I'm sure, but it's very rare and just looks strange. This is definitely the weirdest texture I've seen in an out of bounds area so far. And there's also something even weirder here, a structure floating above the slimy obsidian fields. When I jump onto it, something even weirder happens. I'm in the deep cavern. Apparently, yes I am. There's a whole cave system in the middle of absolutely nowhere. When I discovered this, I had to explore further. I climbed all the way to the top of the cliff, and even more bizarrely, there is a little pathway to walk through, leading further into the cave. I jumped down. Note:
do not try this at home. Game and Crafter is not responsible for any frustration with getting stuck in the out-of-bounds area.
What the actual chair with a skull on it? Hovering over the skull with my cursor states that there is a dingy plaque that I can read. Okay then. It states that the plaque is barely legible. You can only make out fragments of each line of text. Supremacy? Get shuck. Eke. Eke, eke, eke. Is this some kind of Monty Python thing? No, it's actually a legitimate secret in World of Warcraft, but this is not legitimately how you will discover that secret. I had no idea that this existed in World of Warcraft, and I was required to consult the lovely internet. According to the Wowpedia, the location is part of a secret questline. And I say that loosely, it's not really a questline, I just don't know what else to call it, a string of events that you do? I don't know. To obtain the Lucid Nightmare mount. Now I don't have this mount, but this is very interesting that you can theoretically break out of bounds to get to a part of that. This is the link to the Wildpedia page, and I will not be linking this in the description so I do not spoil the video. I don't want people to just look at the description and be like, well, I know that's there, it's not really that important. Yeah, I just want people to, see it and be like, whoa, that's in Deepholm, what the heck? Or that's in the out of bounds Deepholm, what the heck? One major problem with this area though is that if you do find it legitimately, it does warn you that there is no way out.
We cannot get out.
Great! Guess I'll try and... well, I can see freedom, but this will be a tough one. After about continuously trying for 20 to 30 minutes, I can smell that sweet Azerothian freedom. Let's get the frick out of here. Yeah, no way out my butt. Let us now continue to the western reaches of the Maelstrom Expanse. All along the ledge, there are massive chunks of texture missing, and eventually we do spot a lower level with some rock structures. More on these rock structures later though. I didn't note this earlier, but the whole stretch of the journey to the west, there has been an invisible barrier to the right spanning all the way down. We hit a point in this direction where we have no choice but to break through the barrier, or we could traverse through the lower level, which I'm just not ready to do yet. Again, we will be heading there soon enough. Thankfully, a simple door of shadows does the trick. After crossing the barrier, I slightly backtrack to this weird looking texture with more pitch black, say that 3 times fast, my goodness, more pitch black blotches. It's kind of hard to explain how black this is. It kind of reminds me of Vanta Black in real life, the blackest substance ever made, yet it does have a slight purple hue, so it's not exactly that dark. Let us right to the north. The area has a much more mountainous look to it, and it looks janky as heck, more than any area thus far. Besides the glossy substance, of course, because that's just in a whole different category. It all looks like something out of Elder Scrolls Oblivion. Eventually we do reach a cliff that allows us to have a greater view of the lower levels, and chunks of textures just seem to be strewn about. Kinda seems like a developer's playground. There even seems to be purple crystals in the distance here. More on those later. Well, I'm still not ready to glide down to the lower area, so let's see what else in the north has in store for us. Looks like just an empty plain, nothing too exciting. That is until we hit the northern edge, and again we can see more chunks of textures that the developers must have messed around with. If we head over to the east, we'll explore that right before the lower levels, and the textures are certainly weird here, but the rest of the area is just a massive brown nasty texture. It seems very generic. It does change up here, but it still looks generic. At the edge, we continue to see more strange textures. More and more and more strange textures. Okay guys, trust me, there really is more to this exploration. I just wanted to be thorough in what I wanted to show off to everybody. I am looking into making some shorter videos with more focused exploration on specific parts of my discoveries. And if you'd like to see that kind of shorter video, please let me know in the comments, because I really kind of want to make them. I just don't know how much time I have. If a lot of people want to see it though, I'll make more time to dedicate towards it. Let's start off the specific discoveries, starting with this weird texture here on the lower level cliff. It kind of looks like a developer was blending colors here. Very interesting, very cool to see that. Finally, it's time to move down here and we can explore this texture on foot. There was an invisible wall randomly in the middle of the little island thing, but otherwise it was strange, but there's nothing too exciting. I had no choice but to glide to the bottom after looking around this little mountain. It's going to take a while to run between the areas of interest, but this mountain range over here looks fairly promising for secrets. I definitely spent a bit of time trying to climb up the mountains, and it looks like they were experimenting with how the mountains in Deepholm would look at the end of the development. With no luck of finding anything else, I headed to the edge of the map, as I like to do in my explorations, and it looks quite impressive. Let's see what the next set of mountains has to offer. Instantly I can see those crystals in the background, but we will get to those very soon. Very soon guys, very soon. There is something a little bit more important here before we reach that area. Let me show you. I was trying to continue up this mountain when something caught my eye.
What the hell is that?
Yes, there is a human model out here in the middle of absolutely nowhere. Of course he's naked. I mean, why wouldn't he be? Come on, man. Have some decency. He's definitely not textured correctly. He looks very grainy. Strange. And he is fully uninteractable. Don't know if that's a word, but it is now. After that incredible discovery, I checked out these very purple crystals, and they're very stunning in their own ways. They're very pretty, very beautiful. I would say that this whole exploration is just a big win. What could possibly beat these discoveries though? Not too much, honestly. I just want to finish showing off the lower levels, including those rocks that we saw earlier. Also, I want to try to, one day I will try to jump and I'll just keep falling, hopefully, one day. Wait a second. Why can't I release my spirit? What the heck is going on here? Okay, yeah, this sadly makes sense. This sadly makes sense. Well, you guys know the drill. That's it for me, and that's it for the interesting points of the video. You may notice that there are a few minutes in the video left though. These final moments you have with me are strictly exploration with no commentary. Let's face it, I have almost 460 subscribers, which is incredible. Thank you so much for that support. But I still do have to experiment on this channel, and you could even say explore how the YouTube algorithm is going to work with the type of content I love to make. It's clear that there is quite a bit of drop off during the montages of the glitched out areas. Not always, not all glitches have drop offs, but definitely sometimes there is a huge drop off in viewership. So the only montage in this particular video is going to be at the end. Make sure if you like this video, you hit that like button. It really does help. And subscribe for more out of bounds exploration videos. See you guys in the finale of the Caverns of Time. I'll meet you there.